One thing I love about Taylor Swift is she knows how to move the fuck on. Welcome to the Long Live Taylor podcast.
Believe I'm still
bejeweled when I walk in the room.
I don't even think she's trying. I think it's very out there. Like, I want you to jump my bones.
We not know about her and Joe.
We were delusional.
Yeah, you're not going to win with that attitude.
I'm ready to win.
Ross is biting me. Stop biting. We're your hosts, Kaylan
and Leanna. Let's get ready to explore all the eras. Okay, welcome back, everybody, to this week's episode. We are going to be going over my favorite song off of the new album, The Torture Poets Department, including Anthology. I'm not really sure I'm ready for any of the hate or feedback I will get for liking this song or it being my favorite, but it's okay. We'll go for it. I didn't say the title.
Why? I feel like a lot of people like this song.
Really? I think it's just like, does this say something about me?
It says you have good taste.
Okay, well, the song is The Bolter, everybody. Kaylan has not listened to it enough, and she needs to. But
by all accounts, when I read the lyrics just now, it came back in my head what it sounds like.
It's so good. And I guess let me just do a little disclaimer. I am not a bolter. So I'm not sure why I love this song so much, but maybe I kind of want to be a bolter, even if it's not a great thing.
Maybe it's your alter ego.
Maybe if I wasn't so anxious, I could be a bolter.
There you go.
Okay, let's jump right in. First one, by all accounts, she almost drowned when she was 6 in frigid water, and I can confirm she made a curious child, ever reviled by everyone except her own father. With a quite bewitching face, splendidly selfish, charmingly helpless, excellent fun till you get to know her. Then she runs like it's a race. Behind her back, her best mates laughed, and they nicknamed her the Bolter.
Ooh, I like.
Good. Maybe this episode will make you more of a fan and you'll listen to it more.
I do like the melodies. I had the melodies stuck in my head the other day, and I was like, what song is stuck in my head? And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's The Bolter. So it is really catchy. So I do like it. I just need to listen to it more.
Oh my god, side note real quick. I don't think I put this into any of our episodes, but we did talk about this on a recording once, that we both don't like My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys.
Oh, and now I love it.
Me too. It was stuck in my head all day yesterday. I played it over and over.
I asked you like a few weeks ago if you wanted to do it. That's when I started liking it, and you were like, no, I don't like that one. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to bring it up again to her in a few weeks, but I love the bridge.
Well, because, me too. I think, I don't remember what episode it was, but we were filming, and we were both like, this is our least favorite song on the album.
Mm-hmm. No, I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah.
But I just didn't like the intro. Oh, here we go. Like, that always, like, deterred me. But once I got past that, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
The rest of it is so good.
I know. Okay, maybe we'll do it soon.
Yay.
Okay, back to this. So, the hook to this, I love. I love how it starts, and I like the sound. And it sucks that you can't hear it listening to our episode to, like, understand. If you haven't listened to the song, go listen to the song. But I just love, it's like, boom. And she just goes right into the story. And I guess this makes me think, like, do you think that she almost drowned? Do you think this is about her?
I have no idea. I was just thinking that because I don't even know enough of the lyrics. But ever reviled by everyone except her own father. What does reviled mean? Like, respected, loved?
Nope. It is.
What does it mean?
It means to criticize, to have an abusive attack with strong anger. So, like, basically nobody likes her. No one talks good about her except her dad.
Oh, that's cute. Then I think it maybe could be about her.
Yeah. So, that's how I'm like, wow, did she really almost drown? That'd be crazy.
Or what if it's about a friend?
Could be.
Like Emma. What's the song called?
When Emma Falls in Love.
I was about to say Emma with a Smile again.
I need to put that on my make Kaylan play this during the game so I win every time.
I was playing it a few times the other day, and I was like, when Emma Falls in Love, when Emma Falls in Love, and then it just blanked out on me again.
Do you like the song more now that you have to listen to it?
It's okay.
It's my least favorite off of those vaults, but I like, it's cute. Anyway, back to this. So I like how she's like, she is very outgoing. She's very pretty, like people look at her, they like her. But then she's like, but then once they get to know her, they don't anymore. And they have nothing nice to say about her.
Yeah. But she does have some best friends when she's like, well, but then it's behind her back.
Yeah, they're not really
her
good
best
friends.
mates left. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
They're her best mates, but like she's not their best mate, you know? You know that feeling?
Right.
It's like, yeah, you're my best friend, but you're not really their best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
I do know that feeling.
I was going to say, I think this starts on how I relate to this song.
Okay, now we're getting to the juicy stuff.
So, but I like it, and I like that if this is about her and they nicknamed her the Bolter, I think that it's cool that she's naming this song kind of like satire-y. It's like, yeah.
Like blank space.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I am the Bolter, and here is all the things that show that I'm the Bolter, and yeah, I'm going to play into that nickname.
Yeah, I like that.
And I think that, I don't know if I wanted to say this until now or the chorus, but I think that it's funny that she's saying, like, and she runs like it's a race. It's like she's running literally and figuratively. And it's like, because when you're running away from your problems, most of the time you are also running. I mean, I guess not always are you actually.
No.
But in the song, she's like, and she runs like it's a race. Like, she's truly running away from all of her problems and anything she wants to get away from.
Yeah, in the beginning, I'm picturing it's like more of a high school scene.
Yeah.
And she's actually running.
Yeah. And I think also this is where I relate. It's because, like, all my issues started in high school. Well, maybe middle school, but...
Middle school?
Yeah.
Like, what happened in middle school?
The downfall.
I will say, and there was something I was like, I don't know if I want to say this still the chorus either. I'll say it in the chorus.
Okay, well, I'm gonna read the chorus so we can get to it.
Do it.
Started with a kiss, we must stop meeting like this, but it always ends up with a town car speeding out the drive one evening. Ended with the slam of a door, then he'll call her a whore. Wish she wouldn't be sore, but as she was leaving, it felt like breathing.
Yeah, this is good. So I do think, this is what I was going to say, I do think it's about her because the town car speeding, getaway car. Obviously. But I've always said, I don't know if I've ever said this to you, but I've thought it, and I've definitely said it to some people. One thing I love about Taylor Swift is she knows how to move the fuck on. Like, truly, like, people say she doesn't because she writes songs about it, but I'm like, that is how she moves on, because I feel like once she's done with you, like she said, I'm not picking up your call again. She is on to the next relationship. People always have something to say about that. Like, I really feel like this chick knows how to move on.
Yeah.
At least in comparison to me. Oh, or at least this is how it seems on the outside. It seems like once she's done with you, she is done, and she will move on. And that's what this reminds me of when she's like, it always ends up with the town car speeding. Like, she's like, but it ends up bad, and I'm out of here.
Yeah. Well, I think that there are. I know people like that. It's like once you do one bad thing, I'm not giving you a second chance. It's done. I'm moving on, and you will not hear from me again. There is no, oh, I made a mistake, I'm coming back. Like, once I'm done, I'm done. And I think that you can really see that. And I was thinking, except for the Maddie situation, but now I'm like, she wasn't done. She left that door open. Like, she's very particular. If she wants it to continue, it will. And if it doesn't, she doesn't want it. Kudos to her.
But I feel like she does it once you've wronged her.
Yeah.
Like, if you've done something to wrong her, like, she's the kind of person, again, this is all speculation, we don't know, but she's the kind of person I feel like some people get cheated on and they give second chances. I feel like she does not give a second chance to a cheater. Like, she's like, you're done.
Yep.
You're done.
I think so.
The TikTok sound. You're done.
Yes. I just think this shows that this is why I don't know for sure if it's about her or if it's about someone in her life. But it's like she's never in the relationship long enough, like, to commit fully. This shows, like, she's scared of commitment. This person that we're speaking of in the song is, like, scared of commitment, doesn't want to stay long enough when things get serious. And that's why I'm like, I don't know if it's truly about her, or maybe this was about her when she was younger. We don't know.
Yeah, I love the attachment theories, like anxious, secure, avoidant. I've done so much research on them. I've read the books, like, and people on TikTok too, like, who specialize in it always say she's an anxious, but this song is giving very much avoidant, but there is a combination, and I think I have a lot of the combination, and it's called, shoot, I just said I know all about it, but I forget the name, but that's what she kind of is. If this is about her, that's what it's reminding me of. Like,
yeah,
she's anxious in a relationship, but then she's also avoidant, because even this last line of the chorus, but as she was leaving, it felt like breathing. That is exactly how avoidant people feel. Like, in relationships, even if they're the best, healthy, loving relationships, they feel suffocated. And then as soon as it's over, they're like, oh, yes, I can breathe again. And then eventually they get sad from being lonely. But, like, that's the avoidant attachment for sure.
Yeah, I think this song is very avoidant. I think also this shows, like, prior to Joe, if Joe didn't happen, I would be like, oh, this is about her. Like, her relationships were not long. She had multiple relationships back to back. I feel like this really is, maybe this is like a little message to younger her, but also maybe this is just her playing into the satire of her being a bolter, jumping from relationship to relationship. Like, who knows?
That's a good point. I think it definitely could be that, because she even says in the beginning, like you were saying, they nicknamed her the bolter. So what if this is all about that take of being the bolter?
Yeah. I also think it's funny that she says, then he'll call her a whore, wish she wouldn't be sore. It's like, I see that. The guy's like, oh, like, you're just sleeping around with guys. Like, you can't commit. You don't want a serious relationship. Like, you must be seeing other people, and, like, result to name calling just because he doesn't like the situation.
Right. Exactly.
I love this song.
But again, I do relate, because there have been a lot of relationships where I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm breathing again. Like, you were suffocating me, and now I'm so happy.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of people can agree with that.
Yeah.
And then I think that, like, kind of moving into the post-chorus, like, you kind of see that. It's like, all her fucking lives flash before her eyes. It feels like the time she fell through the ice, then came out alive. It's like that breath of fresh air. It's like, I survived. I'm gonna get through this. And it's like, I think it's so crazy that she's like all of her lives, because it's like, it's truly like each thing she moves on to is like a new life, like a new thing.
Yeah, I definitely think this is about her the more we're reading it, because this is just sounds like her. Like, even the lives, the era, she was with very different kinds of men, different outfits. And I feel like, again, I love that she's so specific, but it's also stuff so many of us can relate to, where you're like, who was I? Like, how did I date this person? Like, it feels like a different lifetime ago.
Yeah.
And again, like, even what you just said, she fell through the ice, then came out alive. Like, that sounds very much like what she's described as her experiences with the public of, like, coming out alive out of a really hard situation.
Yeah. Well, I also feel like it's kind of like Reputation. It's like the old Taylor can't come to the front right now because she's dead, and now she's like reborn into this new life. It's like this new person, and everything's changing. Oh,
exactly.
This is such a good song. I love it. And
I know.
Also, like, it's actually very traumatic, but the song is very upbeat. And I love
it. It is. It's very catchy. And it's like, da-da-da. I know. That's why the other day I was like, what is stuck in my head? Like, this upbeat, like, happy song. And then I was like, is this the bolter?
Mm-hmm. It's so good. And I can listen to this song on replay over and over and over and over and over again. I did for a long time, until I was like, okay, I need to branch out. But it's just so
I need to change it up.
Yeah. Okay. To the verse. He was a cad, wanted her bad, just like any good trophy hunter, and she liked the way it tastes, taming a bear, making him care, watching him jump, then pulling him under. And at first blush, this is fate. When it's all roses, portrait poses, Central Park Lake in tiny rowboats. What a charming Saturday. That's when she sees the littlest leaks down on the floorboards, and she just knows she must bolt. I'm sorry, I have to read the song in, like, the song, I'm kind of reading the song in, like, kind of how she sings it slightly.
Yeah,
because
I noticed that.
I told you, I do this all the time, but it's just, like, it's so catchy that I end up going into, like, the rhythm and stuff. So
yeah,
I just think, like, this is so good. Like, this is such good storytelling, this verse. I can see exactly, like, the scenario in her head where it's like, he's chasing after her, like, he wants her so bad, and then she realizes, like, okay, like, I can make this work, and then all of a sudden you see the falling, and it's like becoming serious, and then she's like, oh shit, I gotta go.
Oh,
it's so good.
Before we get into this, though, what is a cad?
Oh, that's not something I looked up. I looked up so many things during my notes, but that's not.
Okay, Genius helped me. An old-fashioned word meaning a man who behaves dishonorably, usually towards a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like what you just said, he was like this rough around the edges guy.
Yeah.
Who wanted
Basically,
her. She
it's
was like, okay, I can change him.
Yeah. He, like, I think in his mind, he's like, oh, this is something fun. This is a new game. This is someone new I can get. And I also feel like it's like she has this reputation of being a bolter, and he's like, oh, he also is like, I can get her.
I can tame
her. I can be
her.
the one. Yeah. I think it's both ways.
Yeah.
And then, so she is like also like, oh, he doesn't give a fuck about anybody. I can change him. And it's kind of like, then they both like fall in love and like it's becoming serious. And then she's like, no, I gotta go.
Yeah, and this definitely even could be about her because Cornelia Street, what does she say? She's like, back when we were card sharks playing games, I thought you were leading me on. I packed my bags, left Cornelia Street before you even knew I was gone. Then you called, showed your hand. I turned around before I hit the tunnel. So she's saying in Cornelia Street, she thought something was going to go wrong. She left. And even in the Great War and the Afterglow, she talks about all of these like instances of where she's like I don't want to say overreacting. I don't like that word. But she wants to leave and end
jumping the gun.
Like, because she thinks this. Yeah, exactly. Jumping the gun. And so I definitely think this is about her. And so many of us.
The more we talk it out, yeah. No, after this verse, I wrote, like, girlfriend needs therapy. For sure.
We've been saying that.
Because, yeah. But it's just like...
But writing's her therapy.
Her therapy is writing the songs. Yeah.
That's what... But Morgan said that's not real therapy. Morgan of That Nerd Thing pod. Shout out! She's also a therapist. And I said something about how... It was in her episode or our episode. I was like, one of my therapists said that that's therapy. And she was like, that's not really therapy. It's like therapeutic.
Yeah. But it does not replace seeing an actual therapist.
Right.
I see.
But of course she's going to say that. She needs to stay in business.
Oh my gosh. She's going to get mad at us for that.
No. She'll laugh, hopefully. I'm just kidding. So this is interesting. Genius says something about down in the floorboards because I was curious about that. And that's also what made me think of Cornelia Street because doesn't she reference like floorboards and creaking or something on Cornelia Street? High Effort Goblin on Genius says this line may be a reference to the popular Edgar Allan Poe poem, The Telltale Heart.
They don't write why?
No. And I was like, now we have to look up The Telltale Heart.
I read it in like 7th grade.
I know. I'm like, I've read it. The moral of The Telltale Heart is a guilty conscience will take control. You can hide your deeds from everyone but yourself. You will always know that which you've done. But maybe there's a line about floorboards in there. I don't know. I don't get the connection, honestly. But maybe if we did a deeper dive, we could. And this is why I should have taken notes ahead of time.
It's okay. We don't have time for that.
We don't. We're busy women.
Yes, we are. But I think you get the picture. Even if it is a reference, I think she is just showing different ways to explain that she cannot commit and she needs to leave because this is all traumatic to her.
Absolutely.
And then the chorus repeats, correct? I didn't put it in. Okay, to the
No,
bridge.
it's the same.
I think that this bridge is underrated. I know people love the song, but the way that this bridge goes, I'm just like, I can't believe it. And I feel like me reading it is not going to do it justice, so please go listen to the song. Okay. She's been many places with men of many faces. First they're off to the races, and she's laughing, drawing aces. But none of it is changing, that the chariot is waiting. Hearts are hers for the breaking. There's escape in escaping.
Ooh, I smiled on that bridge. I was like, go off, queen.
Yeah.
Hearts are hers for the breaking.
No, I think it's crazy because, okay, so it's like, yeah, she's been with a bunch of guys. She's been with different types of guys. And in the beginning, it's all fun and games. And then once it doesn't matter because once it gets serious, there will always be an out for her, and she will always leave, and she is not committing. And then she loves the feeling, the release of getting out. So it's like she doesn't let anybody hurt her, and she's okay with that, and she's ready to go, and she likes the feeling of leaving, and she's perfectly fine with it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I relate to this.
Me too. I mean, it's weird to say I relate to this because I have gone from one long-term relationship to another long-term relationships. I don't leave those relationships. I don't bolt out of relationships. But I will say, I sort of wish I did. Not in relationship to anything I'm going through now, but in the past, I wish I had, like, the balls to leave. Not just, like, relationship with guys, but also like with friendships, with like jobs. Like I wish I could just get up and go, but I have like this I have this like weird feeling that I'm changing my whole life trajectory if I don't stay on this path. And I'm like, everything happens for a reason. It's fine. Why am I going to go and make this extravagant change that doesn't need to happen at the moment? Like it'll happen when it happens. If it happens, it'll if it needs to, it will. Kind of thing.
I think that's good that you're like that. I think there's good in both ways. Like there's definitely an art to knowing when to move on, but then there's also the fine line of, are you just running from everything? Like you can't run from everything, because no one's going to be perfect, no relationship's going to be perfect, no friendship's going to be perfect. So I think you're good.
I don't know, I just think I wait too long to make that final decision at that
but
point.
Once you make it, do you stick with it?
Pretty much. I just think that okay, for example, I bolted one time.
Let's get an example.
I bolted one time. In high school, I went to a different high school my first year, and I got my first, like, real boyfriend, and then he broke up with me after 3 weeks because he said I was boring. And I'm like, what? I am not boring. So I left the school. I left school.
Wait, I was going to say, I don't even remember you leaving the school, being in a different school, but then when you started talking, I'm like, wait, I do remember this.
Yeah, so basically, school starts in August, and after Thanksgiving, I left. So, it was only a couple months, and I was just like, screw this guy, screw this school, I'm not boring, I'm leaving, and that's it. And, like, that part of me wishes I could...
that.
Me too. This is why I'm like, I wish I could continue bolting. Well, I just feel like certain things I need to be able to bolt. But I can't bolt from anything.
But you don't.
Yeah. So, like, there are situations where, like, looking back, like, these friendships that I continue to put in the effort to, but they should not, they shouldn't have warranted that effort that I put in. Like, I should have not stayed friends with these people. Or, like, this, like, a job. It's like, when this job is draining you and your, like, mental health is taking, like, it's being affected, it's like, I should not be putting my effort and time into this company who does not care about me at all. Like, I need to leave before this gets even worse. And it's like, I brought it to the point of no return, and I just feel like I should have bolted sooner. I mean, I did get out. Obviously, I have a different job now, but it's like, I have, like, I don't know. My brain is like
anxiety stops you. Your anxiety stops you from doing it.
Yeah, because
and
like
fear probably.
Yeah, I'm used to this consistency of doing these things, and it's like, I know it's best if I leave, but I'm used to this, and I don't want to completely wreck everything. But also at the same time, I want to be like serendipitous. I love just doing this random thing. It's like, hey, want to go leave tomorrow for Orlando? And I'm like, if I'm not working, yeah, let's do it. Like, I want to be the bolter to a certain extent, and I think that's why I really like the song.
I think you want to listen to your gut more. Like, it's the song It's Time to Go by Taylor. I feel like that song is basically saying, like, and like these experiences you're talking about, you knew, but I think you're saying you didn't act on it because of fear or anxiety or like worry or comfortability or contentment. Like, but you want to be, so do it. You can do it. I believe in you.
I mean, right now I have nothing to bolt from. So
good.
I can't really.
But next time you do.
I mean, I just feel like everyone's always kind of like, oh, could I get a better job? But in my industry, everybody says the grass isn't greener on the other side. And there is a part of me that there is enough that I like at my current job that I'm not willing to lose it all for something else that could be worse.
Right. No, it sounds like you're very logical. I think that's good. because I think I am a little bit more like the bolter. Not always. Sometimes I stick around way too long, but like I even talked about in therapy a few months ago, I'm like, when I'm dating someone, I'm always thinking, what if I'm supposed to be dating someone better? And he was like, well, what if you're not? Like, and I was like, I don't know. That's a good point. I never thought of that. But do you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's good that you can like logically think of it, where I'm like more of like Taylor, where I'm like, okay, I'm out, bye. But then I come back and then I stay for like 2 years. So not always.
See, I think my issue is in my brain, I know it's time to bolt, but then I'm like fighting myself. Like, is it really? Kind of thing.
Yeah. But so like, okay, going back to your high school example, were you happy you bolted? Like, looking back, was that the right bolt?
I don't know. I feel like my life could have been like on a whole different course. That's why I don't know. Like, I don't know the real reason why I left, because truly my best friend was leaving also, and I'm like, I just want to go with my best friend. But I had friends at both schools. I could have stayed at one school and had friends. I could have went to the other school and like I did and make new friends. Like, I think I just like I attached myself to this one person so much that I was like, I will have a better life if I just follow them.
Maybe you were trying to do the best friend thing. I thought you were saying if I leave them and forget them. I was like, maybe you're trying to do a black dog where you burn your life to the grounds and leave.
I mean, yeah, true.
So you can forget about them.
Yeah, I think it is more about wanting to keep my life the same with this friend than create this new life if I stayed. But I just used like this boyfriend as like a reason to get out. But I also just didn't really like the
school. So maybe you weren't even really bolting then. Maybe you weren't bolting, and bolting would have been staying.
No, I'm not. I don't even have one example of being a bolter.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I think you're right.
Do you see what I'm saying, though?
Yes.
Because, like, if you were bolting, you're, like, leaving everything behind, but really you wanted to stay with your friends, so you weren't leaving everything behind.
I stayed comfortable, and I went back to, like, the people that I knew and my friendships from the past. I tried to bolt, and I couldn't. It took 3 months for me to go back to the life I left. Oh my goodness.
We need Morgan on this episode.
Yeah, I don't really...
I actually think it's good, though. Like, I don't think this is how you... I see what you're saying. I do understand, but I also think it's not, like, bad how you are either. Like, that's how you keep a very steady life. That's how you're in a long-term relationship. Like, that's how you have a job. Like, I think a lot of my bolting has led to me being single, you know what I mean?
Okay, but
it's good. I'm waiting for the right person, but... You know what I'm saying? Like, that is what it takes sometimes to be in a long-term relationship.
I guess. But, like, comparing one long-term relationship to mine now, it's like I should have bolted long ago. Like, what if I was missing out on life because I didn't bolt?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And
this is like getting philosophical.
I know.
Because I'm like, well, what if it was you're meant to be like that?
Exactly.
So then you can go. I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying because that is like going back to what I said, that she knows how to move on. I think that's the key. Like, once she's done, she's done. She doesn't regret it. And even like Kat Stickler, this influencer I love, you know her. She was on an podcast with Jason, her boyfriend, whatever, and she was like, I think one of my best traits is when I make a decision, I make it. So, like, I was pregnant, I was going to get married, I was married. I knew it ended badly, I left. I was going to do it on my own. Like, she makes her decisions and sticks with it. Yeah. That's kind of how I imagine a bolter.
Yeah, and I want to be that. That's my point. I don't want the anxiety telling me that you're not making the right decision. I want to make the decision, stick with it, and know that it is the right decision. And I think it's because I like planning things, and I like to have a plan, and I like that plan to stay course. So if I make the decision to deviate from the course... I don't want to be like going crazy, like, oh my god, is this correct? Is this wrong? Is this going to go right? Is this going to make... I just want to be like, yeah, I'm deviating and that's okay and we're going and that's it.
You know how, okay, I used to be like that, and you know what I did to do it, fix it? You just make a decision and you stick with it and you're like, whatever happens. Like, and it's also like, again, getting philosophical, like I got better at this when I like started being more spiritual, because I believe like if I mess up, God's not going to let me mess up. Like, if I made the wrong decision, obviously, like, there's certain things. Like, I'm not going to go murder someone. But, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you just have to have faith that, like, you make a decision, you stick with it, and you just hope that God or whoever you believe in will work it out, and that it's not all on you.
Yeah. Well, I think to a certain extent, I think that way. Like, even though I'm not really religious into some sort of sense, like, I believe that there is some sort of universe and God, and there is something out there that determines my path in life. But I feel like I can make a decision, and that's it. Like, we're sticking to it. But my anxiety won't let me stop thinking about it, even if I want to. And maybe I should be medicated for that, but... So I will deal with this anxiety, and I will... And I can't be a bolter because of it. Yeah.
Get medicated so you can become a bolter, Leanna.
Which I'm pretty sure is, like, the opposite of what it's supposed to do. But...
Yeah.
Okay, back to the song. Our tangent went on for like 15 minutes. Last chorus, it changes, so I will sing it. I mean, read it. Started with a kiss, oh, we must stop meeting like this, but it always ends up with a town car speeding out the drive one evening. Ended with a slam of the door, but she's got the best stories. You can be sure that as she was leaving, it felt like freedom. And then I'll just do the post-chorus also. All her fucking lives flashed before her eyes, and she realized it feels like the time she fell through the ice, then came out alive.
Came out alive. I just got goosebumps again.
Well, I think it's crazy because it's like you can kind of see like that real life happening, you know? Mm-hmm. And I think that's also why it's so good. But I really like the change in the chorus. Because it's like, it's okay that she's bolting because now she's got good stories.
And that's what I relate to, too, because yesterday I was going down memory lane because one of my friends was like, I want to see your crazy Hinge messages. I'm trying to help my other friend. I was sending him all of, like, these horrible date things and, like, these horrible messages. And then I was like, well, this is funny.
Yeah.
Like, these are good stories to tell. And I was even kind of getting upset last night. I'm like, this was such a waste of my time. Like, I was so mad at myself. I'm like, why did I waste my time with these losers? Like, what was I thinking these past 3 years? I'm like, I dated a guy who, like, smoked cigarettes. And I'm like, I hate cigarettes. Like, that's so not me. Like, what was I thinking? But I got the best stories, like Taylor said. And also, I think now I'm learned a lot of life lessons. And I know exactly what I do and don't want. So it all works out for
I was going to say that it builds character.
Yeah, it builds character, and it really helps you know, like, yes or no to whoever you're wanting, like, thinking about.
I like that she ends it, like, it's kind of like, it's okay that these things have happened because, like, I've become a better person from it. If she's talking about herself. That it's not like that I want to say she's okay with this, but she's learned to live with this. This is who she is, and make the best out of a situation.
Yeah, she's making the best out of it. I like when Taylor does this in her songs because I do feel like there's some songs where she's kind of like criticizing herself. Like I was even thinking about this and there's like a lot of shame. The Foolish one I was listening to the other day and I'm like, oh, like this is so good. And like she really is criticizing herself the whole song. But then at the end, I like that she did add this where she's like, but it's okay. You're going to find your person. Your time's going to come. You're not going to be foolish anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel like she kind of did that in this song where it's like not the best thing throughout that she's known as the bolter. But then at the end, she's like, but it's okay. Like there's a positive to this too. Like it's not black and white. It's not good or bad. It's both.
Yeah. I think that's my issue is I'm not really good in the gray area. I like the black and white. But yeah, I as a whole, I really like this song. I don't know if it's my favorite because I want to be the bolter. I don't know if it's because I relate to some things. But I just feel like as a whole and like every aspect of the song, I just enjoy it a lot. And I don't know.
Didn't you say this song like makes you cry?
No.
I thought there was one time you're like, I was listening to it and I was crying or something. And I was like, when I was re-listening to it, I'm like, why is she crying over this? Like, there must be some deep bolter buildup in her.
No, I don't think it's this one.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know. I cry very easily about multiple emotions. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good choice. I like it. I want to actually go listen to it now after and like listen to it on my car ride.
I hope everybody listens to this episode is like, oh, I need to go listen to the bolter now. But also, like, I kind of want to gatekeep it and it be my own.
Okay. You can be a gatekeeper. Has she performed this live at the Eras tour?
She just did recently.
Okay.
And I was really upset. And
who knows? Maybe it'll be on our show.
And she just performed The Black Dog recently. I forgot to say that in the last episode.
Ugh, so good.
I know. Okay, you ready to drop everything now?
Yes, I am.
I'm sure I'm gonna lose again.
I hope I win again. I'll feel so great.
Okay, I guess I'll go
Okay,
first.
ready?
Wait.
Okay. Like, play for me first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
Go. Mm-hmm. The Alchemy.
Yes.
I love that song.
Ooh, please don't be in love with someone else. Oh my god, please don't have somebody waiting on you. Enchanted. Look at how red I am. I'm so nervous.
Yeah, I know. I was like, you're like a tomato right now.
I'm so nervous. Well, it's because, like, once I sing the song and I know it, I don't want to lose. You know, it's like, it feels,
You're like, just give me a few more seconds.
it sucks when I can sing the song and I can't get the name out. It really does.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
That was funny.
Isn't it crazy how that's the line that comes to my mind first?
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Starlight.
Yeah.
I'm speedy today. Okay.
Ready for it.
Yes. Good job.
Whew.
That was fast. Teardrops on my guitar.
That, what is that called? Like is that a chord?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, like, it's iconic.
Yeah. True looks. Okay.
I can do it with a broken heart.
Yes. 'Cause I'm a real tough kid. I can handle my shit. Okay.
Ready?
My mom said she's never heard me curse as much as she does on this podcast.
I feel like we haven't been that bad recently.
I know.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh. Can I get a redo?
No.
Is it one I should know?
I don't think you're gonna know it. That's why I don't want to redo it, because I want to win.
It's not Castles Crumbling. I'm like already way out of time.
Yeah. Am I gonna win?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
So are we saying I won?
No, because I went first, and then you have to guess the next one.
Okay.
What is it?
It's Castles Crumbling.
Are you serious? I was listening to Castles Crumbling on repeat the other day, and I was like, okay, this is how it starts. I thought it started with like a piano or something. I was like,
it's
I
kinda
listened
in
to that
there.
one like 3 times.
It's
I was
kind of
like,
in there,
piano,
but it
piano,
starts with
piano.
that little weird first. But when you said it, I was like, don't move a muscle, Leanna. Don't give her any
I know,
hint.
you would have totally given it away. If you made a face, I would have been like, oh, it is Castles Crumbling.
I
Then
know.
yay, I win.
I had to stop. Okay. I need to get this right.
You ready?
Yes.
You need to get this right.
Do, do, do. Look what you made me do.
Yes. Congratulations,
Thank
you won
you.
again.
I
With
need to
this
cool
freaking
off.
Speak Now TV, it'll be the death of me.
It will.
I
You
know
know
your
what's
face was turning so red this whole time.
I know. You know what's absolutely crazy is when the Speak Now TV vaults came out, you loved them, or like you acted like you loved them, and you were like, I love
No.
Foolish One, and
That's the one I loved. That's it.
I just felt like you were like, you didn't say that you disliked these. At least I don't remember
I
you
thought I
being
did.
saying that.
I thought I was like, I really like Foolish One. I love 1989 vaults and red vaults.
Yeah.
Fearless and Speak Now, eh.
See,
But with the exception of Mr. Perfectly Fine.
See, I love them all. I think my least favorite are probably Fearless, but I'm not mad at it. I think it's just because out of those 4 albums, Fearless isn't my favorite either. And I feel like I love Speak Now, so I love the vaults. I think.
Well, I am going to eat up Debut.
I know.
I know no one else seems excited, but I'm very excited.
Okay, this is my issue. I go back and forth between I need to make sure I know all these songs, and I want them to feel like brand new when they come out.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't decide. If you played any debut songs on this game, I would not know them.
I should have done it.
I would know a few.
Next time I'm going to only pull it from the debut album.
And I'm only going to pull from Speak Now the Vault.
So we better get to studying now that we just played our cards.
I mean, we can't truly do that. That would be cheating.
I know, you're right.
But I don't know. What should I do? Do you think I should listen to debut? Like, what if we have a debut as a surprise song?
You better listen, honey.
Okay, we'll wrap it up. And
yeah.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. I can't believe I won. I pulled it out. Ooh. I have no idea where that came from. Well, it's really just because Kaylan lost, not because I actually did any good, hard work.
You got a lot right away. What do you mean?
Yeah, but those were easy ones.
Don't say such a thing. No.
I had to redeem myself from last week. At least.
You did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes. Thank you, everybody, for listening. If you would like, you can follow us on socials, Instagram and TikTok, Long Live Taylor Pod. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you want to be a guest, got any requests, you can email us at longlivetaylorpod@gmail.com.
That rhymed.
I know.
You want to be a guest, got any requests?
I said that like 2 weeks ago, and I thought you were going to be like, that rhymed, but you didn't.
I didn't notice.
It's okay. Okay, thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.